guys, and welcome to my channel, Graham's Garden. My name is Vicky, aka Grams, and if you are new here, please subscribe down below. Give this a good thumbs up. It really does help, and hit that little bell and you can get notifications anytime I upload something new. Today I want to talk to you about creating or putting together your succulent soil, what we call soil for succulents. We don't use just regular potting soil because it's just not good for them. So what we're going to use is a combination of gritty material and organic material. Let's go ahead and get started and let's make us some soil. Okay, so depending on what you're going to use for your succulent soil will really depend on where you live, what you have available to you, what you can get easily, what's going to be more cost effective. There's a lot that goes into deciding really truly what kind of soil you need or what you're going to use in your mixture. For me, it took me several different mixtures before I found what really works for me in my area. I'm in North Florida, and even with my mixture, if I make it any more grittier than what it is, because it has to be gritty, you have to have grit in it because it has to have that easy draining, because succulents cannot stay in that moist for too long because it gives them rot, and then they'll die, and then you'll lose your babies, and that's just sad. So what I have found that works for me, as long as we're not getting back to back rain, they have to have time to dry out as well. But here lately we've been getting so much rain that it's unreal. But I mix 50-50, but in a kind of different way. I only use just this. It's a regular measuring cup and I think I got this from Dollar General. Really, it was like a buck or two, so nothing. So what I do, so I use Miracle-Gro cactus soil. It works. It drains well. It's readily available. I can pick it up at Lowe's, at Home Depot. I think it's like $5 a bag. It's not that expensive. And I will use 2 cups. I try to get it as even of a cup as I can. Sometimes I get it good, sometimes I don't. It is what it is. I had a lid for it somewhere. My office space is so small, but we're working on my studio. I use that, and then I use 1 cup, and I'm going to have to open a bag. And it's a heavy bag of poultry grit. I get this from Tractor Supply. I have a pair of scissors. They're there. I think it's like $5, $6, $7. It's very cheap. It's under 7 or under 10. And it works really well. And I like the color of it. Also, when I'm making my succulent soil, not only do I want it to be well draining, I want it to look good too. I know that probably sounds crazy, but I use 1 cup of my poultry grit, and then my favorite grit that I use, and I don't know why it's my favorite, it just is. I like the color of it. I like how it looks. It looks really nice when you're putting it in to the soil. And really, it's turfus. That's all it is. It's like a really beautiful brown look, like a tan almost. Maybe a little bit darker than a tan. But I like the way it looks. And that completes. So I'm 50-50. I'm 50 organic, which means the potting soil. Organic is something that's living or was living, and that's the potting soil. And I'm 50% grit. I just use my grit that I use is just 2 different kinds of grits instead of using the same kind of grit. So once I have all my stuff put in, get my scoop out. And I mix everything up really, really well. And you'll notice, you see the soil really good right here. But the more you mix it up, the more you see the rest. And usually the way I do, let me get this mixed up so it's, so I don't know how well you can hear me over the, over the crunch, crunch, crunch. There we go. All mixed up, 50-50. It works well for me. I tried doing it where I had only one scoop of each, one scoop of each. And I found that my succulents weren't doing as well as they could. And I thought, well, maybe there's not enough soil. Maybe they're not getting enough of the nutrients that they would be getting. So I added an extra cup of the soil, and so far they seem to be doing really, really well with it. So, and once I have it all mixed together, that's it. I just add it in and then put my succulents in. I usually don't water them. Depending on the succulent, I may or may not water them once I plant them. Sometimes if they've just been watered, I don't water them. If their roots are really, really wet, I don't water them. If their roots are really, really dry, then yes, I give them some water. Now, this is for your everyday succulent. Now, if you have lithops or butt plants, it's a little different. These little guys require more grit than what they do organic. So the way I do this, everybody has recommended that they get 90%, 10%. And I'm not a math person by any means. So what I do, and this probably sounds really silly, but I went to Walmart and I paid less than $2 and I bought a scoop. A coffee scoop. It's like the perfect size. So what I do with this, I'm using the same material, same exact material. I use 4 scoops. Oh, it's a heavy bag. I use 4 scoops level. And this may not be big enough, but it'll be okay. 2, 3, 4. There's my 4 scoops of my poultry grit. I'm going to have to buy me some more lithops because I have so much soil for them right now. Then I use 5. Look at this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now 4 plus 5, even those of us who are not good at math know that 4 plus 5 is 9. So there's my 90%. So we're doing 100%. We got to get to 100%. This part of math I know. I don't know much about math, but this part of math I know. And then I use 1 scoop of my organic, of my Miracle-Gro cactus soil. And then I just mix it up. Now, because I don't mix a lot of it up at a time, I use just a little stick. That's it. It's a little kebab stick, I think is what it's called. And I mix it up. And when you mix this up, the soil almost, I'm making a mess. The soil almost disappears. And that's okay. You want that. You know you've got it mixed up really, really well. When the turfus and the poultry grit are mixed together really well. Like you don't see more of one than you do of the other. Now you could obviously do the 5 scoops of your poultry grit and 4 turfus if you want. I do 5 of turfus just because, I don't know why, but I just really like turfus. I really don't understand why I do. I just do. I like the color of it. I like the way it looks. And it works really well. So, for me, for my area, I use Miracle-Gro potting soil. Or not potting soil, I'm sorry. Miracle-Gro cactus soil. I use turfus, and while I can't find my turfus locally, I purchased mine online, and I will put that link down below in the description so you can see. As a matter of fact, I'll put a link to everywhere that you can find these 3 products, and where I get my succulents from. Well, other than, you know, the big box stores, I do get some of my succulents online. This little guy I got from Mountain Crest Gardens. He's just so cute. I just love him. But I use, what did I say? My Miracle-Gro cactus soil. I use turfus, and I use poultry grit. Miracle-Gro cactus soil, I get that from either Lowe's or Home Depot. It just depends on what store I'm in, because both of ours sell it, so it just really depends. The turfus, I actually get that online because it's not sold locally anywhere for me. I got into a group and I tried to get, they were said that you can get, oh, this will replace turfus. The absorb stuff that you can get from AutoZone. And I said, oh, I'll try it. It's like less than $10. Go ahead and get it. If you are into succulents, you already know this can be an expensive habit. Not because it's like so much to take care of them, because it's really not. Succulents, they require a lot of care, but also not a lot of care. That probably sounds kind of weird, but I will get to that more in another video. But I was thinking, okay, the soil I need to spend as little as possible because I want to buy more plants. So I went and I got this absorb stuff, and while it does kind of resemble in appearance the poultry grit, it is not, and maybe I got the wrong stuff, I don't know. For me, because you have to rinse it off before you use it, because it is so dusty and you don't want all that dust, because that dust is going to collect in the little opening spots of your because you need it to be fast draining, and it's going to make it to where it's not fast draining anymore. So you have to clean it. Well, I said, okay, no problem. Went to Walmart, got me a strainer, a little handheld strainer, got me a bucket, put my bag in a chair next to my sink, and I said, okay, 1 scoop, rinse. About 3 hours later, I had maybe about half of this full clean, waiting to dry. It took about 3 days to dry. And I was like, no, I'm too impatient. I can't, I just can't. I need something that I can open the bag and I can use it. And the poultry grit, it works. That worked for me. It's what I needed. So that is what I use. I use my poultry grit. I use my Miracle-Gro cactus oil, and I use my turfus. And my succulents are happy. And that's what matters. Alright guys, so the next video, which will be coming up in probably about a week, I'm going to try and get videos out about every Thursday. So the next one that's coming up is going to be about repotting your succulents, because I can't really get outside right now because of the rain. And Elsa's coming, right? Perfect name, right? Let it go. Let it go. Till next time, guys, remember, hit that subscribe button below. Can't talk. Hit the subscribe button below. Give me a big thumbs up. Show me support. And if there's anything that you want to see or that you have questions about, put them in the comments below, and I will see what I can do to get your answers as quickly as possible.